Good evening. The supermarket chain Tesco has been fined £300,000 after admitting misleading the public over a half-price offer on strawberries. The prosecution was brought by Birmingham City Council after it received a complaint from a local customer.
Fining the company, the judge said the offer was patently wrong and the effect was that thousands of customers were misled. Our reporter Liz Copper was in court.
Last year, Tesco sold millions of punnets of strawberries, but this prosecution highlighted how a half-price deal wasn't the bargain it seemed. Between May and August 2011, 400-gram punnets of strawberries were advertised at £1.99. They were promoted as half price, but they'd been sold at £3.99 for just 1 week. This was an offer which, according to the judge, was not a genuine bargain, but was false and misleading. The case was brought by Birmingham City Council's trading standards officers, who welcomed the judge's sentence.
It's significant because it's sending a message to national retailers that it's their responsibility to make sure that their offers are compliant with legislation, that they carefully think through them, that they're clear, transparent and ultimately truthful.
Richard Atkins QC for the prosecution, here on the right, said the deal had been spotted by a tenacious Tesco customer. He said the offer was available at the company's stores across England and Wales. But it was at this store in Sheldon where the problem was first highlighted. It was a promotion that led to what the judge said was a colossal increase in turnover. In the week when the strawberries were priced at £3.99, the company's turnover for the product stood at more than £900,000. But during the period when the fruit were on sale for £1.99, sales quadrupled, at their highest reaching more than £4.5 million a week. In mitigation, Tesco's barrister said the company would like to apologise and admitted mistakes were made. The company said to ensure those mistakes don't happen again, staff have been given extra training and reminded of the firm's guidelines on pricing. Fining Tesco, the judge said the company had cooperated fully with the investigation, but had not set out to deceive the public. But he said on any view, what had occurred amounted to big business. Liz Copper, BBC Midlands Today, Birmingham Crown Court.
Well, I'm joined by Isabel Schmiegen, who's Professor of Marketing at the University of Birmingham. Good evening. Now, this fine, £300,000, is not likely to have much of an impact on Tesco's, quite frankly, is it? But what about the reputational damage?
Absolutely. I think that the money is just a statement of fact that they've done something wrong. The reputational damage, I think, is much greater. Customers want to have confidence that the prices that they're paying in the supermarket, whether they're reduced or not, are fair prices. And I think that a company as big as Tesco's, with the reputation that Tesco's has got to be, really looking at how it's approaching its business decisions and particularly its pricing decisions at a time like this.
We're pretty used to these half-price offers, the bog-offs as we call them now as well, the buy one get one free. But this kind of tactic seemed to be working financially. I mean, their turnover quadrupled in this period, and that can't be down to strawberries alone.
Well, it's a very interesting case in itself. But if you go into any supermarket, what you notice straight away is the kind of pricing offers. And consumers are looking for offers at the moment because, of course, most people you ask will say that they feel that the price of their basket of shopping has gone up. So it's an obvious tactic to use. Now, another thing to bear in mind, of course, is that during the season, the actual price, the real price of strawberries would be going down as the supply increased. So you might say that the actual cut price was probably the actual price that was, you would have expected. So it's things like that which, Tesco's, I really do believe that they should have known about it. It's something that, I really think we sort of have to hold them up and sort of say, you could do better than this.
But they're not the only supermarket to put these kinds of offers. I mean, the consumers, we're getting savvy to this kind of thing, aren't we?
That's right. And indeed, the Office of Fair Trading in 2012 have published a document with very clear guidelines for supermarkets. Most of the supermarkets, in fact, have signed up to this. So now it's their responsibility to follow it and indeed own up when they're doing something wrong.
Okay. Professor Schmiegen, thank you.
Coming up later in the programme.